If you want to know how to invite an unknown person in network marketing, then watch this video to the very end. And I'm going to show you how to invite prospects online. Because I'm Nana Kwesi Ajuman Prempe. You're watching Network Marketing Coach AJ Prems. Looking to get more recruits, customers, and build your team in network marketing? Then go to the Young Entrepreneurs Network Marketing course by hitting the link in the description, and we'll help you build your business using social media. Also, if you like this, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can keep gaining value from this channel. When you are in the process of getting your prospect to check out your presentation, your main goal is to get them to trust you. Because as I always mention, people always buy from those they trust. Now, what level of trust you want to reach? Who do people trust the most? That's really your target. And the answer is those who they consider their friends or their family members. So that's the level that you want to get to. And it means that you need to have an idea of some particular information that probably their family or their friends would have, or most likely their family or friends would have. And these aspects you also have to share about yourself too, so both parties walk away feeling much more knowledgeable about the person. This way your prospect is going to trust you so much more. And I'm talking about family, occupation, their recreation, dreams, and where they stay. These are the 5 major areas that you want to ask your prospect questions on and get more information on. Now, the second reason why you need to ask questions around these areas is because you need to get an idea of what exactly their pain is, where their urgent need is, so that when you are making an offer to them, you don't just go with any vague description or any vague offer, but you actually make something that is crucial to them, something that they need. Because the second thing that people always buy is what they need. So that is the process that you go with. If you're able to build a strong emotional connection with your prospect, you're going to increase the chances of them wanting to check out your presentation. Why? Because humans are emotional beings. We make most of our decisions based on how we feel. And so that's what you want to lead on with. Yeah, the facts and the figures are all great, but hey, the best way you are going to have success is by getting them to experience a strong, positive, emotional feeling about what you're going to offer them. That's how you're going to be able to entice them and make them feel excited about checking out your opportunity. And what is the best way to do this? You can use your story, because the story is how you're going to be able to motivate them. People like to see others who are just like them, who've been able to succeed in a particular area, who've been able to gain some sort of progress in one field. And if you are able to show them that, then they can also believe for themselves that if the same has happened for you, then they don't really need to do much, or they don't really need to fear things going wrong for them, because they are just like you. And if you can get your prospect to feel this way, you've done half of the work. So what I'm really going to talk about within your story, this is essentially your before, between, and after story. So within this process, you're going to talk about essentially what happened before you join your network marketing business, how you go about building it, and then finally the result. When you are done with sharing your story, your prospect should have a lot of excitement about the opportunity because they believe more in it. Now, in terms of your before, essentially you're going to talk about everything that happened before you joined your network marketing business. So we're talking about the kind of passions that you had, the profession you were involved in before your network marketing business. You're also talking about the challenges that you faced before you joined your network marketing business, or the ones that inspired you to join your network marketing business, the kind of dreams that inspired you to join your network marketing business, and the kind of fears about your future that you are trying to prevent, or you were trying to prevent at that point, that inspired you to join network marketing as a business. Now, when I'm talking about fears, I don't mean fears in terms of fears about doing the business or about knowing how to go about the business, but fears in terms of you knowing the kind of problems you have in your life and knowing that if you didn't do anything about them, your life will either get worse or will remain stagnant, and you wanted to change that situation. So that would be the before aspect. The between aspect is you talking about the skills that you need to succeed within the business. So you give a short summary to your prospect, explaining to them exactly what you do in each area. You give a short summary about your prospecting, about your recruiting, confident about your product sales, showing them how you go about each and every one of them, and so that they can understand. Why? Because you want your prospect to feel like, wow, this is actually not so hard. Wow, even I can go about doing this. Wow, this is not complicated. I actually thought I needed to be an expert or a professional to be able to succeed, but not knowing it actually doesn't require so much. I just need to understand the basics, follow your example, and I'm good. That's the kind of feeling you want to have, or you want your prospect to have, because a lot of them may be afraid, a lot of them may be scared that they don't know what to do, and that may drive them away. This way, you keep them close. Then finally, you talk about the results. Now remember, in the before aspect, you talked about, some challenges, you talked about some fears, you talked about some dreams. You want to talk about how you've been able to achieve, solving those challenges, achieve or reach the kind of goals or dreams that you had for yourself, or achieve a particular future that is totally different from the one you feared, that was going to happen initially. If you're able to locate, or if you're able to show your prospect that this is the kind of growth that you've made, or these are the kind of results that you've gained, then they're going to believe a lot more. Example, if you've been able to make financial progress, if you've been able to build strong relationships that have helped you grow, the kind of incentives and rewards that you've also been able to receive, all these things you can include in your after portion. Now, if you've not been able to gain these results yet, or you are now on the road to achieving that, no worries at all. What you can do is you can show your prospect the kind of hope that you have about the business, the kind of hope that you've been given based on what you've seen so far, the little you've been able to experience or gain. So tell your prospect that even though you've not gotten there yet, you've been able to project that based on how much progress that you've made, you are closer to maybe solving your challenges within a short period of time, or you are not so far off from achieving some of your goals or some of your dreams in, let's say, a short period, maybe 6 months, in a year, 2 years, and you've been much closer than you would have been if you hadn't joined. Now, you can also show them that if you look at how the kind of fears that you had about your future, and you look at where you are right now, how things are going, you can see a totally different, future or outcome coming out. Something that you've been able to change due to, being involved in the business. So that can be a hope that you can have. You can project that things are going to be different. And you doing this would create a lot of positivity in the minds of your prospects. Now you can record your story in video form. This way you can be able to duplicate yourself over and over again. You don't have to continue sharing it to each person you speak to. You just share the video. It doesn't have to be a long video. Just about 5 minutes is reasonable enough. Really, it's about the quality, not the quantity of what you're speaking about. And in terms of that, I want you to keep in mind that it's not really about the quality of the equipment that you're using. If you don't have the top of the line equipment, don't worry at all. It's more about the message. And so focus more on getting people that quality message. Don't worry, you can just use your phone to record this video, and 5 minutes, you're done. You can start sharing it. Now, when you are ready to share it to your prospect, remember the reason you share your story is because you want to get people who are relatable to you. You want to attract those people because people who see themselves in you, people who see that their stories are similar to yours, are the ones who will be most influenced and most motivated by hearing about you. And so if you are able to inspire or create that feeling of excitement within them, then you've done a really great job. So it's just like you're going to use all the information that you gain from speaking to your prospect to use to make offers to them. So for example, maybe you're speaking to someone who is a teacher who is really hoping to travel, and you want to entice them to watch the video. You can go something along the lines of, just curious, would you be open to checking out my video on how I was able to travel the world on a teacher's salary? Now you see, that's something that is enticing, that's something that is exciting as well, something that is intriguing to your prospect, and something that is connected to what they are looking for in their life. So you see, they are more likely to watch it. Maybe you are speaking to a prospect who is public servant or a government official. They are looking to build their own premises, for themselves, or secure funding to do that or achieve that goal. So what you can say is, just curious, would you be open to checking out my video on how I was able to secure the funding to build my own house before I retired? Very simple like that, very intriguing and interesting for your prospect. Maybe you're speaking to a student who is trying to secure funding or trying to support their education. Now you can go along the lines of, just curious, would you be interested in checking out my video on how I was able to take myself through school without the help of anyone? Perfect like that. Really simple, really short, and you're going to get them intrigued because they want to know how you're able to do it, because they need those answers as well. So you providing them this kind of value, you are doing them a service. And so once your prospect says yes, you want to have a conversation with them after that. So you would ask them when they'll be done so that you can schedule that conversation. And then when it's time for that conversation, you pick up the phone and call them and move on from there. Now, the two most crucial weapons that you have at your disposal when it comes to getting your prospect to check out your presentation are mainly, first of all, the ability to create excitement in the minds of your prospect, and also the ability to create curiosity within your prospect as well. Now, if you're able to do this, you have a great advantage, because you don't want to have to be talking about what is inside the presentation or the contents of the presentation before they actually watch the presentation. Because then what exactly are you doing? Why do you even need them to watch the presentation if you're just going to spill the beans? No, what you need to be doing is guiding them along the process. You want to have them follow you. You're holding their hands and they're wondering, ooh, wow, what's going to happen next? Wow, I'm interested in what is going to be the next step, or I'm trying to figure out what exactly is going on here. I may have an idea, but I don't have all the full pieces. So even if they have an inkling, if they have some theories, they don't have the full picture yet until they see everything at once. And that way you can keep them fully invested in what you're doing. But if they already know what is coming up because you've already told them everything, you kill the whole show and you're not really doing as good a job as you need to be, because then there's no real need for the presentation anyway. Now, once you are having them on the phone call, after you schedule the phone call right after the before, between, after video, this is an opportunity for you to maybe answer questions that they could have concerning your story, maybe even share some extra details that you may have left out within your story. There's no moment within this phone call that you talk about your company, you talk about your business, you talk about your products, because everything is going to be spoken about in the presentation, and at this stage it's not really necessary. But once you're done sharing all this information with them, it will be time for you to make your offer. And your offer has to be irresistible. It has to be to the extent that your prospect feels like this is too good to turn down. They're going to be like, no way I'm turning this down, because I'll look like a fool if I do that. And nobody wants to look like a fool. Everybody wants to feel like they are highly intelligent or they are quite smart to take advantage of opportunities. And so you want to create an offer that gives your prospect a chance to feel this way. So an irresistible offer involves two key things. First of all, the benefits that you receive and how you're going to receive that benefit. And then second of all, the kind of guarantee that you're going to get. Now I'm going to explain each and every one of them. I think the benefit is not quite complicated. That's essentially what your prospect would be looking for, the most urgent need or the most urgent goal for them. If you're able to provide it for your prospect, then you've done a great deal for them. So essentially, maybe if you have a prospect that maybe is looking to get their kids into the best schools, that could be a benefit. You have a prospect that is looking to get their families on vacation, that could be a benefit. A prospect that is looking to make extra income because the job they are working at currently is not really doing enough for them, that's a benefit. So you look for the most pressing need or detail on the mind or the heart of your prospect, and then you use that to make your offer to get them to check out the presentation. And in terms of the guarantee, essentially it's the exact same thing compared to the warranty that most shops and companies have, where you buy a product and if the product doesn't live up to what was advertised or is faulty, you can return it and you can have it replaced, you can have your money given back to you, that we refunded, or you can have it repaired. So in that kind of sense, it's a kind of protection for the customer. And in actual sense, companies are required by law to provide that benefit to their customers, or that kind of protection to their customers, so that they don't get taken advantage of. But it's the ingenuity of the companies to realize that if they are going to do this anyway, why don't they share this with their customers so that way the customer have an idea of what is at their disposal in terms of the benefits or the advantages of the warranty, and maybe they can compare with other offers. They can see that, okay, wow, your warranty is much stronger, or the benefits are way higher, or the areas that it covers are more encompassing compared to maybe another product from a different brand or a different shop or a different company. So that way they are able to use it as a huge advantage for themselves. And you can do the same for you in terms of your guarantee. Just like a plane, with a plane, it comes with parachutes just in case things go wrong. Now, it doesn't mean that the creators of the parachute or the inventors of the plane want the plane to crash so that the parachutes can be used, but it's there as a safety precaution. But left to themselves, they'll prefer that nothing happens and they don't even have to use that safety precaution. Or the same thing with lifeboats. When the ship crashes or there's a shipwreck, that's when maybe there would be a need for a lifeboat, but that doesn't mean that they are constantly looking for an opportunity to use it. So in terms of your guarantee, I know a lot of you may feel, oh, if I'm going to make a guarantee or take some of the risk of my prospect, then I'm going to lose. First of all, keep in mind, less than 5% of your customers are actually ever going to take advantage of it, so you're not going to lose so much. Second of all, you are going to give them, or you're going to give yourself, a higher advantage. Look, if you are in the firm belief that you can really help your prospect, or you can help your clients and help them get what they are looking for, why not stand on your word, and why not back what you're saying by doing this? Because this way you are really showing that you believe in what you're doing, you believe that you're offering them the best, and you make sure that you do especially or exactly what it takes in order to help them get the result, so that this situation doesn't even crop up. So this guarantee is there to take the risk of your customer. Now, you can come up with an offer that involves the two. So let's say maybe your prospect is one that wants to get their kids in their best schools. So you're going to go like, just curious, would you be open to checking out a presentation how you can get your kids into the best schools? And in case it doesn't work out, I have a 100% money back guarantee. You have all your money back. Or would you be interested in checking out how you can make extra income in addition to your salary? In case you're not able to make it within, let's say, 6 months to a year, I would refund your money for you. No questions asked. Very simple as that. No problem at all. So this way you give your prospect a kind of security, a kind of trust in you, and you show them that you are accountable. You show them that they can fully back you because you back your product so much, you back your service so much, and you are willing to stand on it to make sure that they receive the best possible service. So this way they're going to trust you 100%, and you are more likely to get them to say yes to checking out the opportunity. So once they agree to that, you share that presentation with them, whether it's a link to a video, whether it's a link to a site, whether it's a Zoom call, or you want to actually take them personally to the office to check out the presentation. Whichever way it's going to be, you do that in terms of your normal procedure, and you have a conversation after that to close. So essentially, this is how you can go about inviting all the prospects that you are able to pick up and have a huge, massive retention rate, or let's say success rate in terms of getting all of them to sign up, or most of them to sign up. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Let me know what you learned in the comments, and subscribe to watch more videos like this. If you're looking for the ultimate guide to building your network marketing business using social media, hit the link in the description to access the Young Entrepreneurs Network Marketing course.